In 15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any comedy club.
Katt Williams has been out here shaking Hollywood to its core, exposing secrets left and right. And this time, one of his biggest targets is none other than Kevin Hart. This all blew up after Kevin dragged Katt a few years ago, saying he ruined his own career through addiction and blamed everyone else for his downfall. But guess what? Katt's done staying quiet. He just fired back in a wild, no-holds-barred interview with Shannon Sharpe that's got the whole industry talking.
These big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
In that explosive sit-down, Katt accused Kevin of selling out, claiming he traded his integrity for fame and even went through a so-called humiliation ritual by dressing up as a gay man. This wasn't the first time Katt's come for Kevin's neck, but wow, this time he really let it all out. He didn't sugarcoat a single thing, spilling some dark details about what he says Kevin did behind the scenes to reach the top. And now, Kevin's done playing nice. He's reportedly furious and ready to clap back the hard way by suing Katt for defamation. Imagine that, lawsuits flying before the year's even fully started. 2024 might just be one of Kevin's toughest years yet, because Katt dragged him from head to toe in that interview. If you missed the chaos over the last few days, Katt basically set the internet ablaze during a 3-hour tell-all with Shannon Sharpe. When fans first heard about the interview, most expected Katt to joke around like usual and keep it lighthearted. But surprise, he flipped the script completely. Instead of laughs, he came with pure fire, pulling back the curtain on Hollywood secrets, and everyone's been scrambling ever since. What really sent people into a frenzy, though, was when Katt singled out Kevin, calling him out again for being power-hungry. That part had folks in total shock because this feud isn't new. Katt's been throwing shade at Kevin for years, especially over claims that Kevin sold his soul for fame.
A comedian said that, in the industry, they tried to make him wear a dress. Have you ever ran into that with scripts, and is that something that you wouldn't do for
I definitely haven't ran into to put on the dress. I mean, you have to have boundaries. You have to have limits that you refuse to cross. For me, I know what they are. They've yet to been challenged, so I don't have to speak on them. I was asked to dribble a basketball on a talk show this morning.
You look good doing it,
Not that was a dress, but I was like, no, I'm gonna look stupid. At the end of the day, you got to know that you're a brand. I'm a brand. You need to protect your brand at all times. When things happen that can possibly affect your brand, your brand can be diminished, and you don't want that to happen. So protecting my brand is definitely a priority.
One of the biggest moments came a few years back when Katt blasted Kevin for playing a gay character in an SNL skit, saying it was all part of that same so-called ritual. Back in the early 2000s, there were already whispers in Hollywood about how black male comedians and actors were pressured to wear dresses or wigs just to get ahead. The rumors got even louder when Dave Chappelle sat down with Oprah Winfrey in 2006 and talked about how he once refused to wear a dress in a movie with Martin Lawrence, even when producers tried to push him into it. Things are getting messy fast, and everyone's watching to see how Kevin handles this public showdown next. Now, this is where the story takes a wild turn, because Dave Chappelle revealed something that had people's jaws on the floor. He said that when he refused to wear a dress on set, the producers already had a backup script ready, just in case they couldn't convince him to put it on and dress up like a woman. That part of his interview had everyone stunned, and soon, other celebs were being asked to weigh in on what Dave said. Of course, one of the stars dragged into that conversation was Kevin Hart. At first, Kevin laughed the whole thing off, brushing it aside with jokes. But he still made it clear that he would never compromise his morals by wearing a dress for a role. But here's where things got messy, because not too long after that, Kevin popped up on SNL in a full dress and wig. Fans couldn't believe it. Suddenly, everyone started wondering if Kevin had really meant what he said before, or if that line he'd never cross was just for show. Some people think Kevin was never truly against the idea, that maybe it was always within his comfort zone, but others weren't buying it. They felt like he did it to impress the big names in Hollywood, the ones with the real power. They said he wanted to climb higher, get bigger movies, and become untouchable. And it kind of worked, because right after that SNL skit, Kevin's career exploded. He started landing more movie deals, and his fame shot through the roof. But with all that success came serious backlash. Fans started dragging him online, accusing him of selling out. The noise got so loud that Kevin had to jump on Twitter to defend himself. He wrote, "I wore a dress on SNL because I thought it was funny. I made that decision. Nobody made it for me. I am my own boss." He stood by his choice, but not everyone believed him. When Katt Williams was asked about Kevin's SNL moment, he didn't hold back either. Katt said it wasn't entirely Kevin's fault, that he was just part of a long line of black men in Hollywood being pressured to wear dresses to reach that next level of fame. According to Katt, Kevin was just doing what the industry demanded to keep moving up. But here's where it gets even deeper. There's been a theory floating around that Kevin is actually an industry plant. People claim he was pushed into the spotlight to replace Katt, especially after Katt started calling out Hollywood. Those rumors got stronger right after the SNL skit. Kevin's fame skyrocketed, while Katt's image started getting trashed in the media with constant talk about his addiction problems. Katt later clapped back in 2016 with a fiery rant, saying the media was out to destroy his name. After all that chaos, Katt went quiet for a while, taking a break from social media. But when he came back in 2018, he came back swinging. He started calling out even more people, this time including Tiffany Haddish, accusing her of being another industry plant and a power-hungry puppet for Hollywood. Even though Katt didn't mention Kevin directly in that particular interview, Kevin clearly felt hit. He was so triggered that when he and Tiffany appeared on The Breakfast Club, he went off on Katt, ready to defend himself and his friends with full force. Things between them haven't cooled down since. Kevin didn't hold back when he fired shots at Katt. He straight up called Katt a failure and said the reason Katt never reached the top was because, quote, he chose to be a crackhead instead of focusing on his career. That line set the internet on fire, but Katt wasn't about to let that slide. No way. He jumped on Instagram and clapped back hard, calling Kevin out for spreading lies about him just to tear him down. After that nasty exchange, Katt disappeared from social media for a while, completely vanished. But just a few days ago, he made a thunderous return, and this time he came swinging with serious accusations. Katt claimed Kevin didn't just chase fame, he sold his soul for it. According to Katt, Kevin struck a deal with some mysterious industry elites who helped him rise to stardom in exchange for his loyalty and silence. Katt made it clear that unlike Kevin, he's never taken a single check to keep quiet about the dark side of Hollywood. Then Katt brought up a moment from his past that he said proved his point. He recalled when he was blackballed after refusing to film a disturbing scene in Friday After Next, a scene that was supposed to involve him being assaulted for laughs. Katt said the producers thought it would be funny, but he didn't see anything funny about it. He refused to do it, and after the movie wrapped, he claimed his name got blacklisted across the industry. Every role he had lined up suddenly went to, guess who? Kevin Hart. Katt said it was because Kevin was always ready to do whatever the higher-ups asked him to do, no questions asked. Now, Kevin hasn't directly responded to Katt's latest round of accusations, but he made it very clear that he's not backing down either. During commentary for the New York Knicks vs. Philadelphia 76ers game, Kevin threw some slick shade, cracking sarcastic jokes about Katt buying the Knicks and dropping them off at the game. Fans instantly caught on that it was a dig at Katt's viral interview, and the clip spread like wildfire online. Behind the scenes, reports are saying Kevin's gearing up to take legal action. Word is, he's planning to sue Katt for defamation because this feud has gone on for years, and Kevin's tired of being dragged through the mud every time Katt gets a mic in his hand. Social media's been buzzing nonstop since this drama hit the timeline. One person wrote, "I've actually always believed Kevin Hart was a Katt Williams replacement. I remember when Katt was rising, then suddenly Kevin blew up out of nowhere." Another chimed in saying, "It's absolutely true. I remember Kevin having that small role in Scary Movie 3. Then overnight, he was everywhere. I never understood the hype. I tried watching his stand-up and it just wasn't funny to me. I always wondered what people saw in him." Now everyone's asking the same question. Did Kevin really make a deal for power and fame? Or is this just another round of Hollywood beef blown out of proportion? This feud's getting deeper by the day, and nobody's backing down. And just when everyone thought the drama couldn't get any messier, oh, it did. Katt wasn't finished talking, not even close. He kept on airing out what he claimed were the ugly truths behind Kevin's rise to the top, saying that Hollywood will always reward obedience and punish rebellion. He said Kevin became the poster boy for doing whatever it takes to stay in the spotlight, while real ones like him got pushed out for speaking up. Katt went on to say that his issue with Kevin was never personal. It was about what Kevin represented. He said, "When I look at Kevin, I don't just see a comedian. I see a symbol of what happens when you play the game their way." Those words sent shockwaves online, with fans and fellow comedians all chiming in with their own opinions. Some people praised Katt for being brave enough to talk about things most celebrities are too scared to mention, while others accused him of being bitter and obsessed with Kevin's success. But Kevin wasn't staying quiet either. Insiders say he's been moving smart behind the scenes, talking with his legal team and making plans to protect his name and brand. He reportedly feels that Katt's interviews have crossed the line from trash talk into full-on defamation, and this time, he's not letting it slide. Meanwhile, Kevin's close friends have been trying to calm him down, saying this whole feud is only making things worse for both of them. But Kevin's allegedly said he's done being the nice guy. Fans have been split down the middle. On one hand, you've got people who think Kevin's success came from talent and hard work. They say he earned everything he's got fair and square. But on the other hand, Katt's supporters say Hollywood always favors people willing to play along, and they believe Kevin fits that mold perfectly. They say Katt's only crime was refusing to bow down. Adding more fuel to the chaos, a few entertainment bloggers have been dropping old clips of other comedians talking about secret Hollywood rituals and industry games, claiming Katt's not lying about everything. Some even pointed out that other comedians like Dave Chappelle walked away from multi-million-dollar deals when they felt pressured to do things that didn't align with their values. Suddenly, this feud wasn't just about Katt and Kevin anymore. It had everyone debating how far entertainers really have to go to stay famous. And just when things started to cool off a little, rumors began swirling that Katt might be working on a tell-all documentary. Word on the street is that he's planning to put it all on the table, naming names, dropping evidence, and exposing every deal, setup, and betrayal he's witnessed during his years in Hollywood. If that turns out to be true, this whole situation could explode all over again. But here's the craziest part. Despite all the drama, both Kevin and Katt still have die-hard fans who will defend them no matter what. Some people think the feud is nothing but a distraction, while others are convinced it's exposing something real about the industry's dark side. Either way, one thing's for sure. This Hollywood beef isn't dying down anytime soon. It's only getting louder, and everyone's waiting to see who's gonna make the next move. Just when it seemed like the chaos couldn't get any louder, Katt dropped another bomb that had everyone's timelines on fire. He teased that the so-called truth about Hollywood's biggest names hasn't even scratched the surface yet. Katt said he's been keeping receipts for years, videos, documents, and insider stories that could make some people disappear from the spotlight for good. Fans lost their minds when he hinted that Kevin wasn't the only one involved in these shady power deals. Katt claimed that a handful of top comedians and actors are part of a secret circle that helps keep certain people famous while pushing others out. He said, "They pick who wins before the game even starts." That one line went viral overnight, sparking wild debates online about whether Hollywood fame is earned or engineered. Some folks think Katt's exposing the truth, while others believe he's spinning conspiracies just to get attention again. But no matter what, everyone's talking about him. Meanwhile, Kevin's been trying to keep things light in public, still cracking jokes at shows and acting like the drama doesn't bother him. But insiders say he's furious behind closed doors. Apparently, Kevin feels like Katt's dragging his name through the dirt just to stay relevant. A close friend of Kevin's even said he's tired of being the villain in Katt's story. He just wants to work and live his life without being attacked every few months. But even with that, Kevin's silence on certain details has only made the rumors grow louder. And social media? Oh, it's been a circus. Fans have been dissecting every post, every cryptic caption, every shade-filled comment. Some are posting old clips from award shows where Katt and Kevin seem tense around each other, saying, "The tension was there all along." Others are digging up old interviews where Kevin praised Katt, saying he used to look up to him, and now they're wondering where it all went wrong. Adding even more drama to the situation, a few Hollywood insiders are whispering that networks and studios are keeping a close eye on Katt after his latest interview. They're reportedly worried about what he might reveal next, especially if that rumored documentary actually comes out. One source even claimed, if Katt really has what he says he has, some people in Hollywood are gonna panic. And as if things weren't wild enough, fans started noticing that other celebrities have been low-key siding with Katt online, liking posts, reposting interview clips, and dropping cryptic emojis. It's like the entire entertainment world's watching this feud unfold like it's a movie, and everyone wants to know who's telling the truth. Still, Katt doesn't seem fazed by the backlash. He said he's not scared of losing endorsements or roles because truth is more powerful than any contract. He even promised that what's coming next will shake Hollywood like never before. Now fans are counting down, waiting to see if he's really gonna drop that proof, or if this is just more headline heat. At this point, it's not just a feud between two comedians. It's turned into a full-blown cultural moment. Katt's words have people questioning everything they thought they knew about fame, money, and power in Hollywood. And if his next move is as explosive as he's promising, this might not just be gossip anymore. It could be the biggest Hollywood scandal we've seen in years. Now, just when people thought Katt might chill out and let the dust settle, nope, he went even harder. Out of nowhere, Katt started hinting that there are still bigger names tied to this mess, saying that Kevin ain't the only one who made a deal with the industry gatekeepers. He told fans to watch carefully who suddenly stops talking about him, because that's how you know who's protecting who. That line sent chills through social media. Everyone started analyzing who stayed quiet and who jumped into the conversation. Katt said he's not trying to tear anyone down, but that he's exposing a system that feeds off silence. He claimed Hollywood has a secret code. Once you're in, you're expected to play nice, follow orders, and never question what happens behind the curtain. According to him, the minute you start speaking up, you get labeled crazy, difficult, or washed up. Fans started connecting dots, pulling up old clips of other celebrities who vanished from the spotlight right after speaking out about similar things. Meanwhile, Kevin's still trying to stay professional, but you can feel the tension rising. Insiders say he's worried that Katt's new round of accusations might start affecting his business deals. He's got movie contracts, brand endorsements, and partnerships that depend on a clean image. One insider reportedly said, Kevin's more frustrated than angry now. He feels like no matter what he does, Katt's determined to make him look bad. But here's where things get even crazier, because a leaked clip started circulating online showing Katt in what looks like behind-the-scenes footage from that rumored documentary. In the clip, he's sitting with a group of people who claim to be former Hollywood insiders, talking about rituals, pay-to-play roles, and unspoken agreements. Whether it's real or not, it sent the internet into a frenzy. People started calling it the Katt Williams files, and within hours, hashtags like #KattExposedHollywood and #KevinVSKatt were trending all over social media. Now the public's divided more than ever. Some say Katt's finally peeling back the layers of what's really been going on in the entertainment world for decades. Others say he's risking everything, his reputation, his career, even his safety, just to prove a point. One viral post said, Katt's either the bravest man in Hollywood or the most reckless, and I honestly can't tell which. Kevin, on the other hand, has stayed mostly quiet on social media, but fans noticed a few cryptic posts on his stories. Stuff like, silence speaks louder than lies and truth always wins. People instantly assumed he was throwing shade right back at Katt. And while Kevin hasn't confirmed anything yet, sources say his team's preparing a formal response that could include both legal action and a public statement to finally shut this all down. But knowing Katt, he's not backing off anytime soon. He's feeding the buzz, teasing that there's a storm coming, and that his next move will make Hollywood tremble. Fans are glued to their screens, waiting to see if Katt really has the proof he keeps talking about, or if this is just another headline war gone too far. One thing's for sure, this saga's nowhere near over. Whatever happens next could change how people look at fame, power, and the truth behind the bright lights of Hollywood forever. And just when everyone thought Katt had already dropped all his bombs, he pulled one more shocking move that no one saw coming. During a surprise live stream, Katt hinted that he's been sitting on undeniable proof, stuff that could flip the whole entertainment world upside down. He said he's tired of being painted as the crazy one, and this time, he's ready to show the receipts. Fans went wild trying to guess what he meant. Some think he's talking about contracts, others say videos. But one thing's for sure. Whatever it is, Katt's building up for a massive reveal. He looked straight into the camera and said, "They can't silence me no more. They've been trying for years, but this time the truth gon' speak for itself." That line alone had people spamming the comments like crazy. Viewers flooded Twitter and TikTok saying, if Katt really drops what he claims to have, it's over for Hollywood. Meanwhile, Kevin's camp has gone into full damage control. According to reports, his PR team's been working nonstop, trying to keep the narrative clean while prepping for what they're calling a potential media explosion. Insiders claim Kevin's trying to stay focused on his upcoming projects, but it's getting harder now that every press interview turns into questions about Katt. Apparently, some studios are even getting nervous about how all this attention might affect Kevin's image. At the same time, clips of Katt's older interviews have resurfaced all over social media. People analyzing every word, every gesture, trying to see if he's been hinting at this the whole time. Some fans are calling him the truth teller of comedy, while others say he's playing the victim card to stay relevant. But with all this noise, one thing's undeniable. Katt's got everyone watching, and he knows it. Then, just as the tension was hitting its peak, rumors broke that someone from inside the industry, an unnamed producer, might have reached out to Katt privately, warning him to be careful about what he shares next. That alone sent chills through the internet. People started speculating that Katt might really be onto something, and now folks are scared for him. One tweet with thousands of likes said, "Katt better watch his back, 'cause Hollywood don't like when people start telling secrets." Kevin, on the other hand, has been posting motivational quotes and clips from his comedy specials, trying to remind fans that he's staying positive and focused, but you can feel the tension even in his jokes. During a recent show, he subtly mentioned how people love to tear you down when you're winning, which fans immediately took as another shot at Katt. The audience went wild, and that clip went viral within hours. Now, everyone's bracing for what comes next. Katt says he's planning one more interview where he's bringing the proof, and fans are already calling it the moment of truth. Whether it's real evidence or just more Hollywood chaos, one thing's for sure: the entertainment world's on edge. This feud has turned from petty shade into something much bigger, a full-on war of credibility, truth, and power. Everyone's waiting to see who's really telling it like it is, and who's just playing the game. Because once Katt makes his next move, there might be no turning back for either of them. The internet barely had time to breathe before Katt did it again. He dropped another bombshell that had people glued to their screens all night. During a surprise interview on a late-night podcast, Katt doubled down and said he's about to shake the foundation of fake fame. He didn't name names this time, but his tone said it all. He was coming for everybody. The host looked stunned as Katt claimed he's seen contracts, witnessed shady deals, and knows who's really pulling the strings behind some of Hollywood's biggest stars. Katt said, "They thought I was just another loudmouth comedian, but I've been watching, collecting, and waiting for the right time. They can't bury me this time." Fans immediately went into detective mode, replaying every second of that interview, trying to pick up on the hidden clues. Some swore they heard him hinting about producers, record execs, and even studio heads that have been running things from behind the curtain for decades. Social media exploded within minutes. Hashtags like #KattUnmasked and #HollywoodUnderFire were trending across platforms. People started connecting dots between old celebrity scandals, sudden career changes, and even public breakdowns, claiming they might all be linked to the same power system Katt's exposing. It turned into a full-blown online investigation, with fans posting timelines, interviews, and receipts trying to piece the puzzle together. But while the internet's digging deeper, Kevin seems to be losing his patience. Sources close to him said he's completely fed up and ready to take the gloves off. Word is, his legal team is working overtime, gathering every public statement Katt's made in the last few weeks to prepare a major lawsuit. One insider claimed Kevin's tired of being dragged into every conspiracy. He wants to end this once and for all. At the same time, Kevin's fans are flooding his comment sections with love and support, saying he doesn't need to respond to the negativity. that his success speaks for itself. But Katt's supporters aren't backing down either. They're calling him a truth warrior and telling him not to let Hollywood silence him. The back and forth online has turned into a full-blown culture clash. Loyalty versus truth, power versus exposure. Then came the wildest twist yet. Rumors started swirling that one of Kevin's former associates might step forward to clear the air. Nobody knows who it is or what they plan to say. But that rumor alone sent shockwaves through the entertainment blogs. People are saying if that person confirms even half of what Katt's been hinting at, the fallout could be massive. Katt, of course, seems completely unbothered by all the chaos he's caused. He posted a cryptic message on Instagram that said, "The truth don't need followers, it just needs time." The caption sent fans into a frenzy again, with some thinking it's his way of saying more proof is on the way. A few even claim he's preparing a massive reveal on a live stream that could happen any day now. At this point, it's beyond a feud. It's become a movement. People are choosing sides. Theories are flying everywhere, and Hollywood's looking real nervous. Everyone's waiting on what Katt calls his final drop, the moment he says will change how fans see fame forever. Whatever happens next, one thing's certain. The world's watching every second of this drama unfold. And just when the internet thought this story couldn't twist any further, boom! Katt popped back up with another shocking appearance, this time at a packed comedy event that turned into something way more serious than jokes. The crowd expected laughs, but instead, Katt dropped another set of cryptic lines that sent everyone into chaos. In the middle of his set, he said, "Some of your favorite stars ain't stars, they're puppets. You clap for them, but you don't even know who's pulling the strings." The room went silent, then erupted in gasps and whispers. Clips from that night hit social media within minutes, spreading faster than wildfire. Fans were stunned, some cheering him on, others saying he'd gone too far this time. One viral comment said, "Katt's not doing stand-up anymore, he's doing stand truth." Another user posted, "He's risking everything, and you can see it in his eyes. He means every word." It was like watching history unfold live. Meanwhile, Kevin stayed quiet again, but the silence only made things look even more intense. Insiders say Kevin's been advised to stay low until his lawyers finish building their case. But fans can't stop reading into every move he makes, every Instagram post, every caption, every interview clip. Even when Kevin tries to joke it off, people twist his words into clues. One fan tweeted, "He's either scared or strategic, either way, something's about to explode." Then, in a surprising turn, another famous comedian chimed in online, saying both Katt and Kevin need to chill before somebody gets hurt. That comment stirred up a whole new wave of rumors. People started saying there's way more going on behind the scenes than anyone realizes. A few gossip pages even claimed that Hollywood insiders are panicking because Katt's about to drop something they can't stop from going public. Katt added more fuel to the fire when he went live again, saying, "I don't need to prove nothing. The truth already sitting in plain sight. You just too entertained to see it." Fans flooded the comments with fire emojis and wild theories. Some even started predicting that Katt might name more celebrities next, especially those who've been acting suspiciously quiet since this feud reignited. At this point, social media split right down the middle. Team Katt versus Team Kevin. Some say Katt's finally exposing the truth about how fame really works. Others think he's gone too far and is burning bridges he can never rebuild. But no matter what people believe, everyone's watching, waiting for what comes next, because this saga's turned into the biggest real-life drama Hollywood's seen in years. And now, reports are claiming that a major streaming platform has reached out to Katt, offering him a special deal if he's willing to document his side of everything on camera. Imagine that. A full-blown docuseries starring Katt Williams breaking down all the secrets he's been hinting at for weeks. If he accepts, this could be the final act that changes everything, turning rumors into receipts and jokes into justice. Right now, the energy online is electric. Nobody's sleeping. Everyone's refreshing their feeds, waiting for Katt's next move. Because at this point, it's not just about comedy or clout anymore. It's about truth, reputation, and survival in a world where fame has a price tag nobody wants to admit paying. Whatever Katt does next could rewrite the game for good. And just when people thought the storm might finally calm down, Katt came back swinging even harder. Out of nowhere, he dropped a teaser clip on his socials that had everyone's jaws on the floor. The video showed quick flashes of old footage, newspaper headlines, and blurred-out celebrity faces, with Katt's voice saying, "They built an empire on lies. Now it's time for the truth to cash in." Within minutes, the clip went viral, racking up millions of views before anyone could even figure out what it meant. Fans instantly started connecting the dots. Could this be the trailer for the rumored documentary he's been teasing for weeks? The captions didn't say much, just a simple message: coming soon. That was all it took to send Hollywood into panic mode. Reports say studios, PR teams, and even lawyers started making calls behind the scenes, trying to find out what Katt was about to expose. Some insiders are claiming the footage includes hidden recordings and unedited clips from private industry events. Meanwhile, Kevin's team is in full defense mode. Sources say he's furious that Katt keeps dragging this out, especially with projects and movie releases lined up. Apparently, Kevin's already met with top attorneys to figure out what kind of legal action can be taken before that footage drops. But the internet's already made up its mind. People are either ready to defend Katt to the end or convinced he's gone completely off the rails. What's even crazier is that a few big names in the industry started acting real quiet ever since that teaser dropped, like Radio Silence Quiet. Fans noticed and started calling them out online saying, "Funny how everyone's staying quiet now that Katt's about to spill something major." The timelines turned into a battlefield of theories, memes, and speculation. Some folks even claim that Katt's teaser has already forced a few people to cancel appearances and interviews this week. Katt, of course, seems completely unbothered. He posted another cryptic message that said, "They can't cancel what didn't sell out," which fans took as another shot at the industry elite. Within minutes, that line started trending everywhere, and people began using it as a rallying cry. TikToks, edits, and remix videos are popping up all over social media, with fans hyping Katt up as the rebel comedian who finally broke the code. But this thing's starting to spill way beyond comedy. Reporters and entertainment bloggers are digging deeper, trying to confirm if any of Katt's claims actually hold weight. And apparently, some of the things he's been saying match up with whispers that have been floating around Hollywood for years. It's starting to look less like a wild rant and more like a calculated takedown. Right now, everyone's on edge, waiting to see if Katt really goes through with releasing the full footage or if pressure from the industry will stop it before it ever drops. One thing's certain, though. This is no longer just about him and Kevin. Katt's opened a door that can't be closed, and now the whole entertainment world's watching, nervous, and wondering who's getting exposed next. If that video really turns out to be what fans think it is, it's not just another Hollywood scandal. It could be the biggest shakeup the industry's seen in decades. So now the whole industry's holding its breath, waiting to see what Katt does next. Will he finally drop that full documentary and shake up Hollywood for real? Or will the pressure from the big names force him to back down? Either way, this feud's turned into something way bigger than comedy beef. It's become a full-blown Hollywood showdown that nobody can ignore. Katt's made it clear that he's not scared. Kevin's gearing up to fight back, and the fans, they're just sitting front row with popcorn, waiting for the next twist to drop. Whatever happens next could change everything we thought we knew about fame, power, and the price of success in the entertainment world. And let's be real, if Katt actually releases that footage he's teasing, it might just be the moment that flips the entire industry upside down. So keep your eyes open, because this story's not done yet. It's only getting crazier from here. If you've been following the drama from the start and you want the real updates as soon as they hit, don't miss a thing. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on your notifications because the next chapter in this wild Hollywood saga is coming fast and you do not want to miss it.